As I went, I was going with Kristen, and we had a weekend again. And Kristen and I, we went over to the farmer's market over in Elk Grove Village. It was the hottest day of the year, they said. A warm heat wave is coming. They had the little red arrows pointing down. And we were going to go to this fest and as we were walking through, looking at everything, getting what it is that we were going to go get, of course. And as we're walking through, all of a sudden the heat came down upon us. And it was really, really extremely hot. And it came down upon me, and I looked over at Kristen. And Kristen looked at me without words. We just kind of nodded. It's like, we're going to go now. We're going to take care of business. So we got our peaches, which are delicious, by the way. And as we were getting the peaches, the Holy Spirit spoke from in my chest. And this time the Holy Spirit said, "He is coming. He is coming." And it was a rejoiceful voice. It was very loud. It wasn't even like that. It was 20 times louder. But it was a rejoicing voice that He is coming. And I'm like, who's coming? And then suddenly, like, I don't have eyes in the back of my head and I cannot see anything. But I had a vision that there was something descending upon me fairly swiftly. Now imagine, feeling like something is going to come. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And as I'm walking with Kristen, I wasn't panicked, I wasn't frightened, I wasn't scared. It was just, here we go. And as I'm walking, I walk past the tower with the clock, and the clock started to chime a song. Now, I was normally thinking that the clock would just tell me what time it is, but it's chiming an actual song, and it was the most beautiful song. And I looked up and I smiled at the clock, and I looked at Chris, and I'm like, this is beautiful. From what she could hear from my voice, because we were like under it pretty much. And suddenly, like a bomb, it came. And something happened where I wasn't even in my body, but I was in my body. It was like a time stretch. It was like I was in that time and moment. And the time and moment on earth was like that. But my time and moment at that time was much longer. There is no time between us and the Lord. There is no time limit. You could talk to the Lord about everything in 1 second. It's just the strangest thing. But when it came and it hit like, it was like, I just imagined it like hitting the ground like a ripple. And it was like my soul was on its very knees, in tears. I could taste the saltiness of my tears and the mucus, like when you cry out loud and when you cry heartily. And I never felt so much love in my entire life. It was the best love I've ever felt. There was a tinge of disapproval, but more love. And it happened just like that, and the next thing you know, Kristen and I are walking. I wasn't on my knees, I wasn't in tears, but I was spiritually overwhelmed. And Kristen and I went to the car, and as we went to the car, we drove and we did the things that we had to do. Now you would think, man, after something like that, you better tell Kristen. But it's not about that. It's not about Kristen. What's between God and you is between God and you. I can't describe that in any other way because it may not make sense to you about why you wouldn't say anything. But that's the reason why. So I went, and we come and we go in life. And I try hard every day. And I was praying unto the Lord, and my time away from my wife in the mornings when she would go to work, I would be praying, and I would have time with the Lord, and I would pray and pray, and I would just say, please get me out of that place. And And the Lord, He got me out of there. He got me out of there through Kristen. And Kristen got me a job right here on the corner from the house. No more traffic, no more. And so when I started this new job, I went in there not telling everybody, hey, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, hey, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian. You know, let me tell you about Jesus. I went in there, I let them know that I was a Christian when the appropriate time came, and the whole company knew. The whole company knew. They knew I didn't swear, they know I want nothing to do with anybody's phone or pornography or anything else. They know this. Did I get any more respect? No. Sometimes, but not really. So, I know that I talked about Jesus with them. And some, they don't want to know. Some think they know. And I've seen some go so far on the other side, not physically, but spiritually. And it was overwhelming to me, because like, what happened? I'm like, I hope I didn't cause that, you know. I was just talking. Well, time goes on, my friends.